Why sex is a daily healing practice. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And it's so easy for us to get caught up in the patriarchal programming that sex is just about penetration and serving the man, when it's far more than that. We've been capped in such a rape consciousness through pornography and the sex industry that sex is made to be disgusted, it's made to be dirty, and it disassociates us from being our heart space. So there's so much shame that we experience when we talk about sex, or that sex is taboo. And in fact, that according to the principles of tantra, that sex is a healing meditation, healing what needs to arise within our sexuality, our heart space, and our spirituality. And through that, we can then experience sex as a form of love making, and not just penetration. Love making to not only to our lovers or to our beloved or to ourselves, but also making love to life. And that's where you can experience so much pleasure and joy and ecstasy through the expansion of making love to life in itself. So, for example, I understood now that I learnt so many imprints about physical touch in a way that it didn't make me feel safe, that I couldn't associate what physical touch meant for me as an adult. And it's through the childhood conditioning that I've learned from my father and my uncles that touch is shown in ways that is sexualizing my body, or it's shown when they are just sparingly wanting to give it in front of others, just so it looks like they have an affectionate relationship with me. And I didn't consistently receive affection, such as hugs, such as holding hands, such as kisses and cuddles. And what that does is that the child is disassociated touch as a love language. And so in my adult relationships and affairs with men, that the only way I associate touch is only through sex, and experiencing pleasure only through penetration. And I had to do so much of unlearning these imprints that touch isn't safe. Touch isn't an expression of love. And coming into this beautiful, healthy, functional relationship with my beloved has been a game changer for me in what touch is for me now. And I've come a long way that it feels safe and good to hug my girlfriends, where it was really awkward for me to do that in the past because of this conditioning that I wasn't aware of. It's just been so normalized not to touch people and not to initiate touch. And it's also part of my cultural programming as well. I don't really see my aunties, my uncles, my parents, my cousins touching each other through hugs, through hand holding. So it's very foreign for me. And by feeling and healing my womb space, my physical body, that's when I was able to activate arousal and pleasure through the expansion of my energetic container and what I'm able to hold. And we can experience orgasm not just through penetration, but through arousal, and also within ourselves as a full body orgasm without the touch of others. And that is a high level transmission to receive and experience when we get out of our own way of how pleasure should show up for us. When we start to heal these negative imprints of our sexual identity and moving through the shame and letting go of the distortions of what it's like to be a real man or a real woman in this world, we can then dive deeper in discovering what real pleasure means to us without having the need to go into penetration. And through pleasure in making love to ourselves or to our beloved, creates and opens up healing within ourselves, within our body, to open up our nervous system, to let go of trauma and suppressed emotions around our sexual identity, so we can create more space in our energetic container to receive and hold pleasure. And when we're able to experience that, we start to experience life differently. We feel far more joy, expansion of joy, if not ecstasy, in how we show up for life. Whether it's walking in nature, whether it's your interaction with a person who works at the retail store or the post office or in the bank, and you experience them from an open heart where there's pleasure, and through that pleasure there's playfulness and lightness, not heaviness and seriousness. And then when we feel into the pleasure within ourselves of just simply dropping into the true essence of who we are, we start to experience and see who we are differently. And that is a beautiful activation and transmission that we can give to ourselves and to others by being in our pleasure. And through feeling the safety of pleasure by slowly opening up our energetic container, you can then activate your healing process on a deeper level with your sexual identity, and allowing your sexual identity as a woman, as a man, as the feminine and masculine, integrated and embodied, to be a part of who you are, and allowing the life force energy to move through you, to move up into your heart space, to activate this beautiful full body orgasm, to activate this orgasm in lovemaking or within yourself. And when you are in this divine communion with a lover or lovers, and both parties are practicing it in a conscious way, whether it's through touch, arousal, or penetration, it's an invitation to create vulnerability in how both parties can fully show up for themselves in this sacred temple of lovemaking. Because through lovemaking, the womb space, whether it's the lingam or the yoni, that we hold a lot of trauma and emotions there, especially for women, where we hold 7 years of karma after being penetrated with a man. So through lovemaking, when we open our hearts and not be in our ego, there is an invitation for healing. So much healing in our reproductive system, so much healing in our bodies and our identities. And it's going to help us to drop layers of armoring when we practice conscious lovemaking in the bedroom. And if you are ready to really experience physical love in a way that is healing, that is conscious, that is beyond just penetration, that it is just a divine flow of joy and expansion, then I invite you to attend my conscious relationship workshops in Sydney, Adelaide, Tokyo, or in London. And you can learn more by clicking on the links below. If you find that you are holding on to a lot of trauma in your womb space and in your body, and you've struggled to process it, you might be interested in attending my Transforming Trauma workshop either in Adelaide, Tokyo, or London. And I'll be going through a lot of different and variety of modalities and processes and techniques to educate you how to process your childhood traumas, your ancestral line, your past lives that's creating karma in this life, and so many energetic light language transmissions for you to start letting go of the armoring that you have around your heart space and your womb space, to dive deeper into the true essence of who you came here to be. So you can click on the links below to learn more, to book a ticket, or to book a free clarity call to see if this is right for you, or if you need to be on a payment plan. I am also running my full moon past life trauma clearing circle and my full moon ancestral trauma clearing circle via Zoom. So if you feel called to attend these incredible ceremonies of light language transmissions and clearing layers of trauma on a energetic, emotional, and physical level, please click on the links below to book a ticket and to learn more how this can support you as well. So, my love, I feel so called to share this with you because I know what it's like to carry the burden of sexual shame from unresolved sexual abuse and trauma. That physical love and affection wasn't an expression of love. That I had to unlearn this, especially in this relationship that I'm in with my beloved, that practicing conscious communication with him to let him know what's my boundaries with touch, how much touch can I handle, and to practice touch with him on a frequent basis when we're together in person. For me to be able to hold space for myself to receive touch and rewire the way I see touch as a form of pleasure and love. May this message serve you, and if it does, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I could serve so many people through my videos. And please give this video a like, comment below, and share it with your loved ones who are in need of this information. May pleasure serve you for your highest good.